What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Guys, yesterday I performed a video that was quite controversial. And it was called the What If the Capitol Hill Protesters Were Black argument and why it is BS. And for me, that's a good change of pace from the celebrity content, which can get monotonous on the channel. And today I would like to add to this conversation. I want to first thank all the people that had a lot of positive things to say on that video. And I also want to thank the people who had negative things to say on the video. And what I found out is that to go along to get along in Black America, and I hate to say this, but it's true, if you really want to be accepted by the majority of Black people, you need to be the perpetual constitutive victim. All right? You have to always identify with the legacy of slavery. You have to always identify with, I can't do this, I don't have any money, or my favorite, Black people don't have any money. We need this from the government. In all actuality, we are constitutively helpless. Okay? It's in constant motion. All right? And if any of you brothers out there have ever dated a woman who is always asking for money, can't ever manage her situation, it's almost like having a child, right? So that's what some of us as people, that's the argument. We're going on CNN saying it. We're going on MSNBC saying it. Black people are victims. Now, if Black conservatives or white conservatives tell you that, well, listen, we understand that things happen to you. In hell, we're part of the problem. But here are some situations in your community that you can fix. Then all of a sudden that's called racism. How dare you say that to us, or how dare you say that? Well, so now what we're going to do is we're going to remove that, and now you're talking to me. Okay? Because I'm definitely a part of the African American community. I would consider myself to be more pro-Black, especially in my content, than anything else. I'm here to tell you that you're not a victim. All right? You're just not. Being not a victim doesn't mean that bad things don't happen to you. It doesn't mean that things are not always fair. It doesn't mean that you haven't been wounded before or you haven't suffered before. Some have suffered more than others. But the Black people in America right now who are doing well are not victims. Okay? They have what is called self-agency. And what is self-agency? That's the will that I can do something on my own. I have control over oneself, my life, my community, my ideology, and that is stronger than whatever the system is trying to dictate for me or to me. Now, sure, there may be things that are out of my reach or things that push me back, but at the end of the day, I have self-agency. Okay? And this, what happened was, there's an article that came out that like 2 million Black men were in the upper class, okay? And they asked them, these Black men, how did they get there? Now, obviously, a lot of them come out of 2-parent households. But do you know what they said? What's fueling their success? Well, there's education. Many of them were working. Many of them were married. But the sense of personal agency, they felt that they are responsible for their lives rather than outside forces. And when I have conversations with a lot of our brothers and sisters in the black community, I mean, and this is not out of hate, okay? I'm not here to down, anybody in this particular sector. Again, in the comment section, if we're gonna debate the issues, let's debate it. Let's not make this about me, or make this about my mom, or make this about your mama, or anything like that. What a lot of brothers out here will say is that, well, man, the system got us all rigged, man. It's all rigged. But okay, well, then how do you explain Tyler Perry? A guy who sought to build up his situation through the black community, from Negro church plays to where he is out now as a billionaire, all on just will and determination. And I want to let brothers and sisters know that a lot of the issues that we have is because we just believe we're victims. And a lot of black people don't like for you to talk like that. And I'm sorry, especially for our black men out there. And these are the group of men who I feel might believe this the most because they've been indoctrinated by liberals. But listen, bro, I'm here to tell you, if anybody else can do it, you can do it. All right? We got to tell our men out here that you are capable, that you were able. Even if things have been, behind, or, things you haven't given a fair shot, don't worry about that. Worry about where you should be at. And a lot of people in our community are threatened by those who have a winning attitude, especially the elite. And this is what I don't like. People like Michael Eric Dodson, Cornel West. I would even say to a certain extent, people like Yvette Carnell. People are very, very intelligent, very, very bright. But what they teach the black people is that, you don't have any money. You don't have this. We don't have that. We cannot do this. And the government owes us. What are you telling a group of people that for? The other groups of people don't tell their children that. I mean, imagine the Hispanic person coming to America and telling their kids, you can't do this. You can't do that. Or the Russian or the Hungarian guys that get into trucking or all the other industries, you can't do this, you can't do that. The immigrants are telling their children, you not only can you do it, you better do it or suffer the consequences. We didn't work hard for you to come over here and you not doing it with your life. You're gonna do it. We need to tell our people the same damn thing. And we need to remove ourselves, in my opinion, from people who don't feel that way. And this is the reason why a lot of successful black people stay away from a lot of the we can't do it black folks, because they know those are the people who don't support businesses. They don't support things, in my opinion. They're not trying to solve the problem. They're not trying to create. And they're athletes and people who are like this. And it's just damaging to one's psyche. All right? Young black men out there need to be empowered to know that you can achieve. It's your life, your personal agency. Sure, racism exists. Sure, this exists. But a lot of you guys come in my comment section and you want to argue with me. Which lets me know, and if we really want to be honest, for the guys who think like this, no wonder why, in my opinion, why women don't respect you. Because who wants to be with a man that all he's talking about is what he can achieve? Having excuses for why he can't do this. Having excuses for why he can't do that. And I'm sorry, it's unacceptable. Men just don't talk like that. All right? Look at the forefathers that stood up for us. The Martin Luther Kings, the civil rights. Did they have a cannot do attitude? And somehow we've lost our way. But the black community has to get out of blaming everybody for its problems. All All right. And I get racism is a big issue. Sure. But I honestly believe that black people have the willpower and the self-agency to overcome that. The question is, will we ever do it? Guys, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. With another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment pinned to the top. I really thank you for your support. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out. Don't forget the Patreon. Peace.